Hello students, I welcome you all to Current Affair Lectures by Azad ICS Academy, and today we will be looking into the Current Affair Lectures of 3rd February. So it's very important that we have got our union budget. So when we are doing current affairs for this year examination, there are two important things that we need to work upon. One is the economic survey, and over a period of time, I think on 1st of February, I've also discussed around 3 to 4 reports of or suggestions of economic survey, and then we have a union budget which has already come up, and that comes on 1st of February, and that is another thing that we need to completely discuss upon. And today we will be discussing some of the important topics regarding the union budget as well, right? So these are the two important current affair related topics or economy related topics that we need to completely understand. If possible, I'll try to also make the videos on these two topics. Over a period of time, we'll see if we are able to cover everything in the current affairs. If it's not possible, then by the end of this month, I'll also try to come up with this particular, economic survey and union budget as well, or highlights can be discussed. So the first important article that we have today here is that is beyond tax cuts, a closer read to union budget. So apart from the tax cut, what else is there in the union budget? We all know that there are some reduction in the tax. So I'll not go into details of that right now. But yes, apart from that, there are some other things that we need to know, and we'll discuss about those things in today's current affair topic. So first thing that we need to understand here is that the Union Finance the Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman presented the Union Budget on 1st February 2025, even after having a lot of challenges. Okay, there were a lot of challenges even after that, or you can see there are a lot of microeconomical challenges that persisting high tax and unemployment squeezing the middle income classes. So all these issues are there, but even in all these issues, she has come up with the budget, and we'll discuss about this now. We'll see what is the backdrop of a budget. So key issues include, so what are the issues that we have here? So you can see persistently high taxes, and we have unemployment, and there is a lot of slow private investment, external vulnerabilities, and there are a lot of fiscal concerns that are there when it comes to budget. The budget focuses on Viksit or Vikasit Bharat. You can say Vikasit Bharat is like, have a better India, right? So Viksit Bharat. So here you can see that foundation laid out for an ambitious road of Viksit Bharat, that is spanning agriculture. So we are again focusing here on agriculture, manufacturing, micro, small and medium enterprise, social welfare infrastructure, budget policy and announcement of fiscal plans. All these things are certain things that have been mentioned in the budget. So these are the things like the policies around spinning around the agriculture, manufacture, MSMEs, that is middle and small, micro, small and middle enterprise, social welfare and infrastructure. These are some of the things that she is basically, or the union budget is focusing upon. So we have to understand what are the problems that we are facing and what is it exactly focusing upon. Now let us see a little more details that targets that raise questions. So what are the targets that are being basically raising the questions? The fiscal targets and the concerns that we have. Okay, the budget aims for fiscal deficit of 4.4% of the GDP. That means whatever money that is deficit. Okay, so that whatever deficit is there, that money will be considered from, or this year's or 2026 is whatever GDP we are going to get out of that 4.4% is going for the fiscal deficit itself. Okay, that is nothing but relying on 11.2% growth in the total tax revenues and 14.4 growth growth in the income tax. When am I going to even? अप्रैल में हम लोग बहुत सारे टेस्ट लेंगे. We will solve the previous year question papers. Along with that, we'll take one test per day, or even in the month of May, we can do it. तुम ज्यादा टेंशन मत लो. इस महीने के अंत में दो सब्जेक्ट्स और नेक्स्ट महीने में दो सब्जेक्ट्स हम गोना डू. सो रिलैक्स. अगर हम ज्योग्राफी स्टार्ट करना है तो ज्योग्राफी भी स्टार्ट कर सकते हैं. इट्स नॉट अ बिग डील. वो करते हैं, रुक. इतने भी बोला ना गोल्ड में हम इन्वेस्ट कर सकते हैं करके. नाउ यू बाइट फॉर अ लोअर कॉस्ट. ओवर अ पीरियड ऑफ टाइम विल बिकम 1 लाख. यू विल हैव 2 लाख का प्रॉफिट राइट नाउ इटसेल्फ. मेरी बात सुनो. फोकस ऑन दिस राइट नाउ. He'll give you 2-3 lakhs. पूछ के देखो इसको. अगर वो देता है अभी तो अच्छी बात है. कीप दैट विद यू. You'll still have 3 lakhs. Exactly. Keep it. Don't do anything. ऐसे रखो. And then focus on collecting more money. Yeah. अगर वो बोलते निकालना है तो कैसे भी हम वी हैव टू नॉट गिव मच मनी. वी हैव टू ओनली गिव 1.5 lakhs. वो आराम से दे ही सकते हैं हम लोग. इफ यू टेक लोन फ्रॉम टू डिफरेंट थिंग्स ऑल्सो यू स्टिल गेट इट. एग्जैक्टली. देखते हैं. Relying on 11.2% growth of the total tax revenue and 14.4% increase in the income tax revenue compared to the estimates of 2025. So basically what we are trying to understand here is the budget is basically focus for aiming for fiscal deficit of 4.4% of the GDP. And similarly, it is also trying to achieve its target. Okay. and to have or it is completely relying on 11.2% of the growth in total of tax revenues and 14.4% growth in income tax revenues. So these are the revenues, and because of this particular data, we are saying that we will try to keep our target for fiscal consolidation of fiscal deficit of 4.4% of GDP. Secondly, we need to understand these projections seems overly optimistic due to tax cuts and slow economic conditions. The second asset manifesto plan 25 to 30 is expected to generate funds, but past failures raise doubts. So we are having a lot of things that we have a manifesto that we will have the success will be there and all of that, but the past results, if you see that there has been no such success, there is a kind of a doubt that we have to understand that also. The estimate of 11.54 lakh crore in net market borrowings may crowd out private investments at a time when credit demand is weak. So again, there are a lot of issues like there is furthermore an estimated 11.54 lakh crore is net market borrowing risk, crowding out private capital at a critical juncture and when the credit demand remains tepid. Achieving the ambitious revenue target will require improved tax buoyancy. So we need to have a proper tax buoyancy, more efficient tax administration, and realistic asset manifesto strategies. So this whatever numbers that we have are not appropriate, or maybe we cannot trust on this because there has been a lot of failures that has happened in the past. So we cannot trust at this point of time. Okay, achieving these targets will require a lot of higher tax efficiencies and better manifestos. Now we have to understand about the tax reforms and revenue losses. The budget revises personal tax slabs, exempting income up to 12 lakh after rebate. So what we have to understand here is that the tax has been revised. We all are aware of this, right? So I think even if you're not a UPSC aspirant, you know that okay, the tax slab has been come down, or you can see that before it was 10 lakhs and now they have made it up to 12 lakhs, right? After factoring the rebate benefit and significantly reducing the tax liabilities across various income brackets. Offer welcomes relief for the middle income taxpayers. So this is basically helping the middle class people who are there, right? However, that while this relief provides a middle class, this is result of 1 lakh crore revenue loss. So here you can see, because of this, we are going to have a 1 lakh crore revenue loss. This is something that we need to understand. Okay, potentially affecting the government's funding for development projects. So if the government is not getting the tax, because there are very more number of people who are getting more than maybe in this 2 lakh rupees extra, the people who are getting, if we are not taking tax from those people, it is going to be like almost 1 lakh crore rupees loss for the government funding. And if they're getting that much money less, automatically they'll not be able to give money for the economic development. This is something that we need to understand. Household savings have declined to 18.4% of the GDP, raising concerns about long-term economical stability also. So here you can see that even the people who are having money are not able to invest. Anyways, now you can see that people with more money will not be, at least up to people who are having 12 lakhs will not be able to pay tax, or they have to not pay tax. Maybe over a period of time, we may have a possibility that they will start doing a lot of what you mean to say investment, but again that is not sure. And we can see that this investment also is not, the household savings also has been declined, is what we have to understand. The sustainability of these tax cuts is questionable when public investment is in infrastructure and social welfare are crucial. So we need to understand that there is importance for us to have a things, or the focus should be on social welfare remaining, which is going to be very important for us and inclusive of economic growth. Now we have to also discuss about the manufacturing and MSME sectors, right? The budget aims to boost India's manufacturing sector, which is contributing only 17% of the GDP. So here, if you see, the manufacturing sector is only accounting 17% of the GDP. So hence we have to focus on that, is something that we need to understand. Product linked incentives have showed moderate success but needs further support. Enhanced credit facilities to MSMEs and National Manufacturing Mission are welcoming steps. Change in MSME satisfaction, that is 2.5x income in invest limits and doubling the turnover thresholds, may help business scale up also. So these are some of the changes that they are basically doing. However, deeper issues such as regulatory inefficiencies, infrastructure gaps, and low in innovation spending 0.6% of GDP remains unaddressed. A lack of focus on industrial research and development limits India's competitive against economies like China and Germany. So there are a lot of other competitions, and we are not doing that better when it comes to Looking about all these things, I think these are some of the issues that we need to basically focus upon, and these are some of the issues that needs to be basically addressed as well. So this is something that we need to focus upon. Now, we also have to discuss about other agricultural sectors. So there are some gaps that are there in the agriculture as well. So the fourth and important thing that we need to discuss is about the agricultural sector initiatives. The budget introduces Prime Minister Dhanya Krishi Yojana and the National Mission of High Yielding Seeds to improve the productivity of climate resilience. The Kisan credit card loan limit is being raised from 3 lakh to 5 lakh. So these are some of the things that they have done, supporting farmers financially. Focus on 100% low productive districts indicating a shift towards precision support instead of blanket subsidies. So just in not just giving blanket subsidies, we're also trying to get into the core and try to help all those districts which are not having that productivity. So we're trying to do that as well. However, the budget fails to address the inefficiencies in the agricultural market prices and price volatility and export growth, etc. So we are not again focusing on it. We are again focusing on the same issues, right? A lack of measures to boost millet and organic export is missed opportunity. So here you can see that we have celebrated International Year of Millets, but that much importance is not given to the millets, or you can say that much of importance is not given to this millet exports, etc. So hence these are all some of the issues that are still being present, and these are all the missed opportunities, or these are some things that have not been touched upon. Apart from this, what we have here is the challenges to external trade as well. So here, if you see, there is a lot of challenges that comes to external trade. So IT and business processes outsourcing, that is BPO, export continue to grow up to 10.5 CAGR. That is nothing but, so again, what you can see here is that we have a lot of issues when it comes to external sectors as well. Okay. Then we have Bharat TradeNet and export credit supports from MSMEs are positive steps, but lack of scale needs to reduce trade deficits as well. The falling rupee and declining forex reserves require a stronger export strategy. So here you see that the money value is getting reduced. Okay, and we have seen that there are a lot of decline in the forex reserves. We do not have that much amount of forex reserves, and all these are some of the important issues when it comes to external trade, and we need to have a proper focus on this as well. A push towards value added sectors like pharmaceuticals, electronics, and renewable energy could improve global competitiveness. So next thing is we also have to worry about not transformative push, that is climate change actions. Okay, the budget supports supply chain resilience through incentives for lithium ion battery recycle, duty exemptions on critical minerals, and domestic PV and battery manufacturings. So what we are trying to do is anybody who is trying to help in climate actions, that is nothing but we're trying to give some kind of push to the people who are trying to, or give some incentives, whoever are working with lithium ion battery recycling, or if they are having duty exemption on critical minerals. If somebody is working on critical minerals, we are also giving some kind of rebates. Also support for the domestic solar photovoltaic cells and battery manufacturing. So for all these people, we are going to give some, or there is going to be some kind of incentive. So this is another thing. However, grid modernization, energy storage, and industry decarbonization are not adequately addressed. Without these measures, Indian transition to low carbon economy may remain unfragmented. So there are other things are also there, but we're not working on them, especially low carbon economy. We are not trying to reduce the carbon dioxide, and this is something which is again a issue. Conclusion, what we have to understand here is that the budget fiscal, or what you can say is the budget attempts to balance private enterprise growth and inclusive development. It seeks boost consumption while maintaining savings and stability. Success will depend on effective execution and government ability to adjust policies when necessary. So what we have to understand here is that government have to do some kind of research, more amount of research here. I'm not saying that the budget is good or bad here. See, all the budgets are going to be having some positives and negatives. Anyways, government is trying to have a proper balance between the private enterprise growth and inclusive development. I'm not saying no about it, but what we also have to understand here is that the success is going to only depend on the effective execution and the government's ability to adjust the policies. The government have to adjust its policies accordingly. We can do it. right? So the next important article that we have discussed here, or we are going to discuss, or this is another important editorial that we have here, is a budget that is looking forward and growth orientation. So the budget of 25-26 continues the government strategies on fostering economic growth, fiscal discipline, and sectorial development. Key ensures or key measures including income tax cuts, increasing capital expenditure, support for manufacturing, and target incentives for job creation sectors. So these are some of the things it's basically focusing upon. The Union Budget 25-26 is in line with the major highlight is to complete the exemptions from personal income tax for individual earning up to 12 lakhs. So this is one of the important thing that we have done, right? So we will see this in detail, like what are the other things that we have. So first thing that we have is this one, right? So one of the announcement in the budget is most widely welcomed in the significant cut in personal income tax. So if I have my income tax, I have an income, I'll have to pay tax with complete exemption extended to individual earning up to 12 lakh per year. This limit will be 12.75 lakhs for the salaried payers because of the standard deduction of 75,000. So this is major relief for the middle class and expected to have a multiplier effect on government. So hence, middle class people, if they are not paying much tax, what is going to happen here is these are the number of people who are going to invest in the fiscal, what do you mean to say? It is going to help our capital generation. We are the households and the savings will start increasing. If the savings by the households will increase, then automatically what is going to happen here is that the economy is going to go higher. And if we are doing a lot of spending because we are not paying much amount to the government as a tax, what we will start doing here is we'll try to spend that money on ourselves. And because of this spending, what's going to happen here is it's going to create a lot of revenue to the government or to the economy. Okay, I mean the economy is going to grow. That is what it is saying, that it may have a multiplier effect on the growth. For the salary tax base, yeah, this move increases the disposal income, boost economic consumption and economic activity. The expected outcome is higher demand, improved business performance, and increased indirect tax collection. Key industries such as real estate and automobile manufacturers will benefit, leading more employment opportunities. So hence, if I am able to have more money, I will start investing in real estate. I will try to take more amount of cars. Okay. So if I'm not paying much tax and if I have more money, I will try to invest it in somewhere. No, I will try to invest it in, buying some house or a flat, or going and buying a car. So because of these things, these are the sectors where we'll have more boost in the economic employment opportunities as well in the point of economy, right? So key industries such, yeah, so this is something that we have understood here. Now another thing is capital expenditure will also increase. The budget allocation of 11.2 lakh crore for the capital expenditure for 25-26, making an increase of nearly 10% of actual expenditure in the fiscal year. It enhances, or what's going to happen here is this will enhance infrastructure development, generate employment, and stimulate economic activities. Investment in logistics and industrial sector will contribute long-term and sustainability growth as well. So these are some of the important highlights that we have. Apart from this, we have National Manufacturing Mission. A new national manufacturing mission supports Make in India initiative. So here we are also trying to talk about what a national manufacturing mission, which is trying to support the Make in India initiative by covering small, medium, and large industries, providing policy support, execution, and roadmap, and also grievance framework in collaboration with central ministries and state ministries. Right? It's so objective is to include and enhance their productivity by streamlining what they're trying to do. It is they are going to streamline the regulation and offer incentives. The mission will aim to establish India such as global manufacturing hub. So it is trying to make India as a global manufacturing hub. This is something that is our major focus upon. So focus is not just on this, it's also talking about labor intensive sectors. The budget prioritizes job creation for in tourism. So we all know that in India we are very good places. So tourism is a very good thing. Food processing and leather. So these are the other things where job can be created, and that is what government is trying to focus on. These sectors contribute significantly in India's export earning and employment generation as well. Target incentives and regulatory reforms will improve productivity, competitiveness, and job opportunities as well. Now, apart from this, we are also trying to work on maritime. That is, a maritime development fund has been announced to boost the maritime economy, benefiting coastal areas. So to have coastal areas, what we have is we have, maritime development fund, and this is going to boost the marine economy, especially the coastal areas or coastal states of the country. Like it could be Goa, it could be Maharashtra, Karnataka, Tamil Nadu, Kerala, Andhra. So Tamil Nadu, Kerala, etc. So these are the places, even Odisha. And then when it comes to West Bengal, so these are the places where we have coastal areas, and here all these areas will also be benefited out of this, right? Now, the Udan scheme is being expanded to provide flight connectivity to 120 new. So here we have a Udan, that is Ud Desh Ka Aam Nagrik. So this is Udan scheme, that is Uday Desh Ka Aam Nagrik is nothing but even a normal person can take flight. So we are trying to have more connectivities. We can see that there are 120 new destinations that will be modified so that everybody can have this particular kind of, possibility to go through planes. This measure will create economic opportunities and emerging growth centers across the country. Right. Apart from this, we also have to discuss about Krishi Dhanadhanya Krishi Yojana targets incentive designed to enhance agricultural productivity and improve livelihood in rural areas. So this program will cover 100 districts and low productivity. So here, all those districts which are having low productivity that will be connected, especially 100 districts will be covered. Key area is to include crop diversification, sustainable farming, improved irrigation. With estimate of 1.7 crore farmer beneficiaries, we are expecting these many farmers to be benefited. That is an estimate of 1.7 crore farmer beneficiaries, and this is having a potential to transform the agricultural landscape as well. Right. Apart from this, what we have to understand here is there is a fiscal deficit reduction also. So another commendable aspect of budget of is to government reduce the fiscal deficit from 4.8% to 4.4%. So here last year it was 4.8%, and this year we are trying to reduce it to 4.4%. And this move is critical as sound public finance management, and hence this is something that we need to also look into. A reduced deficit will help us stabilize inflation, increase investors' confidence also that, okay, the fiscal deficit is not that much, so we can invest and this is a good economy, right? So these are some of the things that we also need to focus upon. And the last thing that we need to understand is the boost to ease of doing business. So very, very important is anybody who want to invest in our country, that should be easy to do business. So we're also trying to boost the way the business is being conducted in a proper manner. So how are we trying to do that? The budget simplifies the tariff structure by removing 7 tariff rates. So we have a lot of tariff rates and we are trying to reduce all these tariff rates. Okay. This ensures that no more than one cess or surcharge is levied. Market tax is fairer and more predictable. So here you can make it more fair, predictable. We are making it more fairer. So hence the people can come and invest here. This issue is inverted due to structure has been addressed to enhance trade competitiveness and encourage domestic firms participation in global supply chains. So hence, these are some of the things. And what we need to understand is the budget is continuously focusing on the capital expenditure, manufacturing, labor incentive sectors, combined with fiscal, deficit and other things, or fiscal discipline, you can say, and income tax reliefs sets a stage for robust growth and years ahead. So this is something that we are basically looking upon. While detailed implementation of schemes seen remains to be seen, we have to still see how it's going to happen next year. The overall approach is proactive and growth oriented. So business and stakeholders will assess and adapt to these measures and will impact unfolding over of time. So over a period of time, we'll understand how this is going to unfold. But yes, this is what it has been focusing upon. So this is a small overview anyways. Okay. We have discussed what are the issues and what are the major things. In the upcoming lectures, we'll see more current affairs and if possible, I'll also come with detailed analysis as well. Thank you so much for today. And if you have any doubts, any suggestions, please put it in the comment section. We'll try to improvise on the same. Thank you, everyone.